Hi everybody, I'm doing this to update you on a range of issues in the area following a meeting I've just had with the place plan officer, who's the person I regularly speak to about some of the local issues. I'll probably follow this up because he's going to write back to me with some more detail regarding dates and things, and I'm going to cover quite a range of issues, so I'll just run through what I'm going to talk about. So Olive Cottages, The Mount, Copthorne Road, Kelsalls Lane, Tudor Gate, Luciefelde Road, Canonbury, Porthill Road, Greenacre Road, New Street, Porthill Drive, St George's Church, Dogmess, polling stations and postal services, so please bear with me. Okay, so in terms of Olive Cottages, so there's a concern that the grab rail near Olive Cottages is sort of not well placed. Unfortunately, that's not council land. It's something that the council probably would have looked at after in the past when they had a bit of flexibility, but they're not prepared to do anything now, so we're going to have to pursue that one privately. Mount speed, I've been asking for a vehicle activated sign on the Mount for some time, and I've reiterated that very recently. There is a piece of work going on across the whole town, looking at speed control, especially because there's more development on its way, and the Mount is on the agenda for them, and so I've pursued that again. In terms of Copthorne Road, so the bottom end of Copthorne Road is going to become 20 miles an hour as part of the New Street scheme, which is great. That scheme, the sort of final version for that is going to be published imminently, I've been told today. And that will also be looking at issues around the junction with Haffron Road and Pengwern Road, both in terms of avoiding shortcuts and in terms of the crossing. Further up Copthorne Road, we've got the 20 mile an hour outside the school, which the Shropshire Council has now adopted a policy which I supported to do that, but it's going to take a while because they're rolling it out to lots of schools, but there is a budget for it, but I haven't got a time scale on that one yet. In terms of also up there, we've got Kelsalls Lane, two issues there. I've asked a couple of times now for a mirror to make exiting Kelsalls Lane much easier, but also it needs some attention, some upkeep. I've been pursuing this now for a while. The Shropshire Council is saying that it's not highways land, but it might be Shropshire Estates land, which is a different team. I need to talk to the schools again about that to find out exactly where the ownership lies and where the responsibility lies. Back down Copthorne Road to Tudor Gate, the residents there are concerned about people parking just on the entrance, but I'm being told that that is probably private land, so it might be. So in terms of getting double yellow lines, we need to look at how we can commission that privately. But I've also been requesting a mirror and reminded about that in terms of the access and safety coming out of Tudor Gate. Luciefelde Road, so there's some concerns around parking in Luciefelde Road, and I've asked for a review of the yellow lines down there. It's a bit of a double issue because if we reduce the parking, that can actually increase the speed as people whip around Luciefelde Road more easily. So but anyway, I've asked for a review. Canonbury access, the access only signs are hardly worth it. Bit of an issue with signs. Turns out this is a Brexit issue because the signs come from Europe, but I have perceived that one as well, and actually the place plan officer told me that he had visited and absolutely he could see that there was an issue there. Porthill zebra crossings need a repaint. I've reminded about that. And also, whilst we're on Porthill Road, there's a mirror which I was told about being broken about a week and a half ago, and I've reminded on that. That's the mirror which helps as you exit Porthill Gardens. Where are we? Greenacre Street. That's a road that's got no double yellow lines as you enter. So unusually near the to avoid parking near the junction. So I've reminded about that, and the highways team will take a look to see why that might be and if they need those double yellow lines. Longner Street, there's an issue with pavement parking and people, both in terms of people coming into the area and parking there, and in terms of blockage of gates. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of what Shropshire could do and what policy Shropshire has in terms of pavement parking and the possibility of boxing pavement parking, or whether we need to just ban parking on there altogether. But I'll make sure that residents are kept informed and consulted about that, and I've already spoken to a number of residents about that recently. Done that one. Dogmess. So Shropshire Council's approach to dogmess is apparently one of education rather than enforcement. But there is a recognition that this issue is getting worse. Dog ownership has gone up apparently during COVID. So I made the point that we really do need to think about a combination of education and enforcement, so that people understand actually fines are issued, and I'll be pursuing that. New Street, so the whole New Street scheme, I'm expecting publication of that scheme very shortly, so we can see some detail. There are some concerns around some of the specific details with some of the entrance points for people's private drives and things like that, and also to make sure that the 20 miles an hour is properly signed and supported with some infrastructure into Woodfield Road and Pengwern Road and the bottom of Copthorne Road, and then we try and avoid the cut throughs. Where have I got up to? Footways. So St George's Church and also around Porthill Drive, there's issues around footways being not very stable and safe. This is an issue with street trees, and unfortunately the only solution is to take out street trees and flatten the pavement, but obviously that's not something that is great. But it might be about replacing street trees and planting them better. So that's one that I will continue to pursue. Where are we? Okay, so Dundalk Mess, polling stations. The issue with polling stations, somebody raised with me that they'd worked in polling stations previously but hadn't been contacted yet, and would they be given priority in terms of vaccinations? And I can see that being a real issue, so I'm going to contact Democratic Services today about that. And finally, in terms of postal services, so the post office is clearly not going to be reopened, unfortunately, on Frankwell Roundabout. So I've requested a parcel posting box where you can print your own labels and then parcel post in the area into a big secure box. And that's gone through to the post office a couple of times now. So I'm still pursuing that. They haven't given me an answer, but but I am pursuing it, and I'll update you again when I get a written response from the place plan officer if there's anything new to tell you. Thank you very much.